When Dr. THRiVE obtained a THRiVE PhD fellowship to investigate the anti-malarial activity of the famine weed, she ensured that the local community, which stood to benefit from her research, understood it. The weed is a famous mosquito diet mostly found in the malaria endemic parts of Western Kenya. This biochemist was awarded a Research Enrichment Community and Public Engagement (RECPE) grant to interest secondary school students in her research.
When I joined THRiVE, I remember they introduced something called CPE, Community and Public Engagement. I'd never heard of something like that. I was hearing about it for the first time. What they wanted us to do is to go to high schools and talk to students about our research. So I didn't like it at the beginning. But then, when I went to those schools, my mindset was to explain to them causes of malaria, transmission mechanism, how it can be treated. That is what I knew. That is what my research was all about. But when I arrived at the school, they wanted something else. They wanted mentorship. They wanted career talk. They wanted someone to encourage the students. I didn't consider it a big deal. After all, I was also in high school and I never had somebody come to talk to me about some career or career paths or even just to encourage me. So I took it positively and I told them yes. So I gave my first career talk. They invited me again and again. I think so far, in one of the schools, the school that I started with, I've gone there 4 times.
She championed a student-led community engagement project at Gendia High School in Western Kenya to identify suitable ways of creating awareness on the cause, prevention, and treatment of malaria. The students zeroed on the use of drama and cartoons as the best communication tools to spread malaria prevention messages among the local communities. Having engaged these students for 2 years, Dr. THRiVE observed the tremendous benefit science mentorship has on students' understanding of issues that affect their communities and their career choices.
When they did the examination this year, the score moved to 9.3. That was not even their target. Their target was around 7.5. And then they said, this thing really worked. I think our students were really encouraged.
Owing to the successful implementation of her community engagement project at Gendia, THRiVE's scope has since grown by leaps and bounds. She has won 2 additional engagement grants from Deltas Africa and Mawazo Institute to continue her engagement at Gendia and also implement similar projects in 2 other schools, Wamalwa Kijana Friends and Hilario Secondary Schools. The impact of her engagement is unequivocal. Like Dr. THRiVE, Dr. Ruby Mcharo, a THRiVE 2 PhD fellow based in Tanzania, found that incorporating community and public engagement to enrich her studies fostered deeper understanding and appreciation of her research among high school students. Her PhD study sought to understand sexually transmitted infections, STIs, and sexual behavior among young adults attending higher learning institutions in Mbeya region, Tanzania. As a strategy, she involved students in the design and dissemination of messages from her study.
And we worked with young girls at Loleza Secondary School. And at first when we started was just to get a hint of what they know or what they don't know. And we realized that this matches very well with the findings that I got from my PhD on the higher learning institution students, that their knowledge was more on HIV. And I tried to coach them and to educate them on other STIs, and eventually they decided to say the curricula that is delivered in schools is not interesting, it does not catch their attention maybe, and so they needed something that is more interesting, and they opted to have a song. So they thought that music would be a way to bring in the attention of young people to listen to what you're telling them about. And so they made this song that focuses on education on STIs, but also on preventing measures, as well as how to get information from community members, parents, guardians, or their teachers. Okay.
Ukiachana na hilo lipo hili la kaswende ambalo kililipata linashambulia zilizopo domoni machoni.
The song is titled Yote Yanawezekana, a Swahili statement meaning everything is possible. It was written by 62 A-level students who shared their original ideas and concepts related to interventions around sexual and reproductive health matters. The lyrics reflect dialogue between two adolescents on the clinical manifestation and prevention of different STIs such as chlamydia, gonorrhea, herpes, and syphilis.
Just that helped me first to improve my knowledge on STIs, but also we formulated the song, which will help the citizens to be able to learn something from it.
So I think the PhD training under THRiVE is very different from the rest, and it's very commendable, as it really builds you up to become a leader in research as a scientist in the future.
In Uganda, Dr. Susan Athaire, a THRiVE 2 PhD fellow and gynecologist at the country's National Referral Hospital, has espoused a student engagement project to deliver sexual health information to students.
My PhD work is on treatment of women who present to our public facilities with a complete abortion. So during the conduct of our study, we actually realized that there were quite a number of young people who were presenting to these facilities with abortion complications. So we said, how can we address this issue of teenage pregnancy? So we decided to come up with this engagement project that was targeting in-school teenagers, and the purpose was to really look at prevention of teenage pregnancies.
Under her guidance, students of Jovens High School in Entebbe composed a teenage pregnancy awareness song and drama. The song, Let's Join Our Hands, and play Desires of the Flesh urge adolescents against having babies in a bid to slow the epidemic and mitigate its sorry consequences.
Do you know that Lynn is pregnant? From when?
We don't keep pregnant girls at school.
Through the song and the poem and the drama. What I've learned was I have learned to prevent myself from getting pregnant.
According to the Ministry of Health, 25% of Ugandan teenagers become pregnant by the age of 19. Sadly, close to half of these are married before their 18th birthday and continue to have babies into their mid-40s. Student-led projects like the one of Jovens High are gradually becoming a mainstay of youth pregnancy prevention efforts in Uganda. By working together with public such as students, these researchers have not only developed an interdependent relationship, but also a deeper understanding of and appreciation for the community's perspective.